Installing cellular shades or mini blinds is fairly easy to do, and in this video I'll show you step-by-step instructions for almost any of the ones you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. Let's start by removing the old blind. First, lift it all the way up. Then locate the mounting bracket behind the rail. Here I'll insert a flathead screwdriver into the notch and push the clip towards the window. This one actually came out easy, but sometimes they're really locked on tight. Now make sure you got a good hold on the blind while working on the other side. Okay, so this blind is still in really good condition, and to prevent damage in storage, I'll wrap the string around the rail to keep everything together. After I'm done, I'll use some painter's tape to hold the strings, hardware, and screws to the rail so nothing gets lost. For the next steps, I'll be using a 1/4-inch socket bit for both the old and new screws. Here, I'll just remove the existing brackets. I got these new Honeycomb Blackout shades from Lowe's, and even though I measured correctly, I'm going to do a quick fitting in my window to make sure it's the right size. Looks good so far. Okay, so here are the new mounting brackets, and I can easily tell which side is the top. To install these, I'm going to use a nickel as a measuring tool to help position the brackets. Then I'll make a small mark right in the middle of the screw openings. On this side, I'm only drilling one pilot hole because the existing screw hole just happens to be in the right spot. Then just use the provided screws to secure the bracket to the windowsill. And now I'll repeat on the other side. For me, using a nickel helps position the bracket in a perfect spot that allows the blind to sit flush with the wall. You'll see what I mean shortly. But depending on the depth of your window, you might need something else to measure the spacing. For this, I'm using a 3/32 drill bit for the pilot holes. And now I can attach the mounting bracket. For this there's only two, but for wider blinds there may be one or more brackets to install. And because the screw openings are oval, I do have about a 1/4 inch of adjustment forwards or backwards to fine tune the fit. Okay, so the most difficult part is done. Now with the new blind, figure out which side faces the window. And it's really easy to tell on this one. During installation, I did run into a bit of a problem. Here I'm actually not able to fit the blind into the clip. And that's because the top of the bracket is too close to the windowsill. So I'm going to use the pliers to bend the hook down just a bit. And I'll do the same on the other side. This gives just enough space for it to catch the lip of the rail. Then I'll press the blind towards the window until it clicks. By using my nickel method, it looks like I've got the positioning spot on so it's flush with the wall. And just so you know, I also had the option of surface mounting, and I could have done that if I installed the brackets directly on the wall. Okay, so this is a top-down blackout shade from Lowe's. They actually had several sizes on the shelf at the store, but for this specific window, I was able to order the exact size I needed from their website. Okay, the last step is to install the handles. These simply clip onto the rail just like this, but of course it varies by manufacturer. I hope you can see that installing blinds like this is really not that difficult to do, especially the ones from Lowe's or Home Depot. And here's one last tip. If the blind gets stuck going up or down because of an uneven windowsill, you can remove the end caps on one or both sides to give yourself around 1/8 to 1/4 inch of additional clearance. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my DIY videos.